a re-review of Dexter New Blood. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you aren't caught up to the point where I am, you're watching Dexter or Dexter New Blood, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description for you. If that happens to be the case and you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And my original reviews of Dexter New Blood were very popular on this channel. Maybe not the first few, but the remaining ones were definitely popular. It gained me a lot of subscribers. So, if you want to hear my initial thoughts when watching this episode of Dexter New Blood, with about 20 seconds left, I'll put that video in the end screen. You'll be able to see that right there. I'll remind you again, but click on that video if you want to see or hear my original thoughts on Dexter New Blood, see if my opinion has changed. This will be Dexter New Blood, Episode 1. The title of this episode is called Cold Snap. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just rewatching the episode. We start this limited series with Dexter running through the snowy woods with a rifle. He was going to shoot a deer, but couldn't make the kill. And I spelled deer, D-E-A-R. Way to go, J-Dev. Anyway, chopping wood to make a fire, scraping ice, and getting snow off of his truck. He's feeding the animals, which includes a goat. Dexter crosses dates off a calendar when we hear a woman's voice. She asks Dexter if he's ready for tonight, and it's Deb. She's back, and she's still alive. It was a dream. She didn't die from getting shot by Oliver Saxon. Wait, Deb is dead. She's taken the role of Ghost Harry, so now we have Ghost Deb. That haunts Dexter to a degree. Dexter is eating cereal, and Ghost Deb puts her head down on the table and arm out. I'm not really sure why they included that. I guess it was to make you go, hey, Deb is a ghost, because we see another scene with him at the same spot, and she's not there. Dexter is sharpening some knives. Could that be his new kill tools? He's taking them with him. We have the episode title, Cold Snap, in the road as Dexter's driving. He's getting pulled over. And he's going by Jim Lindsay now. He's asked to step out of his vehicle. Dexter/Jim is getting frisked. Then, suddenly, Chief Angela Bishop and Dexter/Jim start making out and start having sex. Okay, I'm going to call him Dexter going forward. The Jim shit's over with, in my opinion. But Angela gets a call and has to go to a farm. So, Dexter is dating the Chief of Police, Angela Bishop here. And they've been together for months, maybe like a year. I don't know exactly how long it was. I know they say that at one point, but they apparently get off on this role playing of getting pulled over thing. Anyway, Dexter goes into town, talks to Pastor Brian, says hi to the high school kids, says go Hawks, but doesn't make that strange noise that he did in the trailer unless I just didn't hear it. He goes to see Gig, and he gives him the knives or the kill tools, which are now, I guess, just knives for him. Dexter next goes to work at Fred's and also brought donuts, which Fred really, really likes. And Fred is adopting a pup, Fred Jr. Matt Caldwell comes in and looks at a knife and wants a rifle. The rifle would set him back about $9,000, but he got a nice Christmas bonus at Morgan Stanley, so he can definitely afford it. Dexter tells Matt he hasn't killed any animals since he was a teenager. Water break time. The federal background check has a red flag on Matt Caldwell. He does take the knife and will have to wait to buy the rifle. Logan thinks Matt Caldwell is a good guy. Dexter doesn't seem to care, as he's boring Jim now. Like every time they talk about somebody being bad in this episode, Jim or Dexter changes the subject. Like he doesn't want to hear about it. He doesn't want any temptation. And Logan is the Sergeant Logan of the Iron Lake Police, whatever they're called there. So Angela is trying to find these missing women, but no luck. Maybe she should just do a Google search. It might lead to something. We know that happens with Angela Bishop. Line dancing time. Oh boy, this episode's taking an interesting turn. He's buying his usual and says to put it on his tab. No need to. Matt Caldwell is there and he's buying tonight. He certainly has a lot of energy, this Matt Caldwell guy. I wonder how many lines he did before he went out. Matt actually invites old Dexter to a party at his dad's tomorrow. I'm sure that that's the first thing on Dexter's mind. The Eagle Scout loves his rules, Matt says to Dexter, or Jim as they call him. I don't like this Jim shit. I refuse to call him Jim, but I will say Jim and Dexter at times just to make a mockery of it. Angela puts a random chick's food on her tab, also gives her money. Dexter wants to leave and be pulled over again because that apparently turns him on. Angela gets a notification, her doorbell camera. Her daughter, Audrey, has lots of people over. Aren't you glad we didn't have these things when we were kids? Dexter says, you better believe it. Dexter is running through the snow again with his rifle. He has the deer in the scope but doesn't pull the trigger and hears someone watching him, and that person runs away or goes away. Dexter tells Ghost Dev he has a feeling that he's being watched. He says it's almost been 10 years. Almost 10 years since Dexter had anybody on his table. Way to go, Dexter. Recovery has worked well for you. Make sure you call your sponsor if there's any times where you feel the urge to kill. Where's Lila when you need her? Stick to your routine, Ghost Dev says. Routine, Dexter says. Back to Fred Jr.'s store again. Matt Caldwell is still processing. Teddy stops by, the other cop at Iron Lake, and Teddy, unfortunately, is a big douchebag. And I hate to say the word douchebag because it just sounds dumb, but this guy... How this guy is a cop, I don't know. But Gig also stops in too. Stupid processing. What is this? Oh, drilling is killing. Save the planet. Shame on you. So Ed Olson has closed down the local tavern to have his meeting. It's over, and he gives everyone hot cocoa to warm up. And Audrey... Angela Bishop's, the chief of police's daughter, is participating in this protest. So, drilling is killing. Save the planet. Shame on you. Drilling is killing. Save the planet. Shame on you. Stupid protesting. Anyway, a mysterious person from afar is watching these events happen. Fred Jr. says Matt Caldwell's has been cleared and wants Dexter, a.k.a. Jim, to drop it off at his house. So they have a delivery service. I hope he gets extra money for that. Fred Jr. lost the name battle to his husband. The dog will be named Garfield. Oh boy, that would piss me off if I was a dog to be named after a fat cat that likes lasagna. But I do love lasagna. Dexter arrives at Matt Caldwell's place. Well, his dad's place, but his dad isn't there. And Matt's busy letting a chick ride him. Bill, Matt's buddy, who was with Matt Caldwell when he was buying the knife and the rifle at Fred's, whatever the hell Fred's store is named. But he's actually keeping Dexter occupied while Matt Caldwell's taking care of business in the other room. Bill's doing a line of cocaine, offers Dexter some, but Dexter's good, thanks. They call Bill Dickface because of his scar that he has. And Bill just gives Dexter some information and confesses that Matt Caldwell was responsible for a bunch of people dying because he was drunk playing chicken. The other person gave up, but Matt Caldwell just drove his boat right into them. Bill does get $2,000 a week for covering for Matt Caldwell. This has to stay between them. Why would you tell a guy that you just met that day? Maybe Bill has known Jim for a while. And then Dexter says secrets go to die when I'm told about them. Matt Caldwell points the gun at Dexter, and he grabs it and hits him in the face with it. But it's just a hallucination. Dexter leaves back to his cabin. Someone's inside Dexter's cabin. The person asks when Dexter comes in if he's Dexter Morgan. He says he's Harrison. He says he's not him. He just has one of those faces. I wish Soderquist was here to confirm this. First F-bomb from Harrison in this. He said, fuck it. I didn't actually write down or type down the sentence that he said, but he had an F-bomb. And then we have Ghost Deb says Dokes, LaGuerta, Rita, and then she shows her bullet wound, me. All innocent people that get hurt around Dexter. He tells Harrison to try the town shelter. He gives him some money and tells him when the next bus is going out of town. And then Dexter looks at a picture of him and Harrison from season 7, I believe. Ghost Deb says, you did the right thing. He'll be safer with Hannah. Hannah, yes. Where's Hannah? We'll find out in the next episode. Dexter actually burns the picture of him and Harrison. That's the only picture you got, bro. Why would you burn that? What was the point of Deb coming out of the lake as a dream? Like, I don't really get it. It reminds me of Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. Both having New Blood in the title. Dexter's running through the woods again. Scope on the deer again. He instead approaches the white deer. He's going to pet it, and the white deer is shot from afar. Matt Caldwell has shot the white deer, and he's super happy about it. Dexter hits Matt Caldwell with the rifle. Dexter grabs Matt's knife, and then the dark passenger says, it's been a long time. Goosebumps. Love that part. Finally, after all this development of really just Jim, we don't really get a lot from the other characters. We finally get, it's been a long time. If he's going to do this, he needs to do it right. First rule of the code, don't get caught. Dexter has a makeshift kill room in his chicken shed. He mentions being out of practice. He cuts Matt's cheek and makes a makeshift blood slide out of glass that he broke. Matt Caldwell wakes up. Dexter says, don't bother struggling. He's no Eagle Scout, but he knows his knots. The deer was perfect. He didn't do anything wrong. Tell me why you did! Or tell me what you did. And Dexter yells at Matt Caldwell with that. He tells Matt it's not the first time. 5 people died because of Matt Caldwell. You shot my deer, and you almost killed me. Dexter yells at Matt Caldwell again. Matt blames his issues on bad parenting. Dexter mentions Harry to Matt. Who's Harry? Matt asks. Matt says, fuck you, man. My dad is going to destroy you. He'll find you and rain down a world of pain on you, man. He also tells Dexter he has no idea what he's doing. Poor Matt Caldwell has no idea who he's dealing with. Dexter says, like you said, man, life is short, dude. Stabs Matt Caldwell and then looks like he has an orgasm, or he just had his first fix of crack in a while. Dexter says, tonight's the night. Love it. Goosebumps. Looks at the mirror of off to the side and says, hello, Dexter Morgan. Call back to season 4, episode 11, when Trinity said, hello, Dexter Morgan, in my second favorite episode of Dexter. I think that's what I put as my second favorite. That should have had been Trinity in the episode saying, hello, Dexter Morgan, because we know that John Lithgow was... They said he was coming back for this. We didn't get a lot of him, but this should have been where he says, hello, Dexter Morgan. Call from Angela, and Dexter says, hey, you. Call back to his conversations with Rita. Dexter's dark passenger says he doesn't need trophies anymore. He may be a monster, but he's an evolving monster. That's exactly what was said in the trailer for Dexter New Blood. What to do with Matt Caldwell's body? He starts cutting up the body, puts pieces in trash bags. Ghost Deb says, what the fuck are you doing? Not listening to you is what I'm doing. Dexter goes to visit Harrison at the shelter and brings him a coat. And he says, after Miami, you never get used to this damn cold. Harrison says, I thought you didn't know me. You're right. I'm Dexter Morgan, your father. Come home, please. My father taught me, protected me, and kept me alive. And that's exactly what I'm going to do for my son, as there's some blood in the snow, and that's what ends the episode. So, It was a pretty good episode of Dexter New Blood. It was a good start. A little boring at times, but I get it. They had to be boring. We don't get any Miami Metro people except for Harrison, if you want to count him as Miami Metro, which he's really not. But as far as my re-review of this episode, and I think I gave it a lower score the last time, I'm actually going to give it a 9.5 out of 10 because this was good. It started with all the slow stuff, but then put the pedal to the metal with Dexter making a kill in this episode where they could have waited, a few episodes. So I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. And then as far as my characters of the episode, they really don't get a lot of development with these characters. Angela is going to be the female character of the episode, and Matt Caldwell is going to be my male character of the episode. And I just have to say that Dexter/Jim was pretty awesome in this episode. So you've heard what I have to say about this episode again. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Dexter or Dexter New Blood and want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please make sure that you Hulk smash that like button. It does help out with the algorithm. Share this video with anybody that you know. Put this video on any of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode. What would you rate it, and whom would be your male and female characters of the episode? And then last, but certainly not least, don't forget to check out my original review of this episode right here. Don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.